Feels so good to be back. Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in, and welcome to Chicago Bears Weekly. This is season 3, episode 10. And first, before I get into what we're going to talk about today, I just want to make sure that you guys stay safe out there. Do what you can to help just kick this virus's ass. And a special thank you to all of the first responders, the police officers, fire department, and especially the healthcare workers and the essential workers. We thank you for letting us stay inside when you guys are just risking your lives just to, number one, make ends meet, and two, just help this country throughout this unprecedented time. A huge and special thank you to you guys. And also, I haven't been posting as much. I've been dealing with some technical issues, but those are all resolved, and I am finally 100% back to the channel. And in today's episode of Chicago Bears Weekly, we're gonna do a bit of revisionist history of the Chicago Bears draft. As we all know, the first round of the NFL draft is tonight, and I just want to take a little bit of a history back to the 2017 NFL draft for the Bears. Yes, I am going to take a look back at the draft where we originally drafted Mitchell Trubisky to be our future quarterback. In today's video, you're going to reverse some history for the Chicago Bears a bit. We are going to look and see how things would have been different if we had selected Patrick Mahomes at the spot at number 2 instead of moving from 3 to 2 to take Mitchell Trubisky. We're going to take a little bit back. We stay at the 3 spot and we take Patrick Mahomes. So, without further ado, let's dive into it. As we all know, the Bears took Mitchell Trubisky after moving up from the 3rd spot to the 2nd spot at 2017. Now, we're going to keep the Bears at the number 3 spot, and we're going to take Patrick Mahomes instead of Mitchell Trubisky. Now, in 2017, the Bears had already signed Mike Glennon to a long-term deal to hopefully be that guy that could be the bridge between Trubisky and Glennon. But in this situation, we've taken Mahomes instead of Trubisky. So Glennon is still the guy that we picked up in the free agency class before. But I think 2017, not much really changes because Mike Glennon really struggled his first few games at the gate and was replaced by Trubisky in week 4 against Minnesota. That doesn't change. The Bears still struggle. The Bears did not have a lot of offensive weapons in that year. Our best receiver was Kendall Wright, and he was basically labeled a draft bust himself. He had a solid year, but the Bears' offense wasn't really much. We did have Jordan Howard in the backfield carrying the offense for most of the year, and the Bears absolutely still struggled in 2017. It's just we were replaced by Mahomes instead of Trubisky. Now, Mahomes doesn't make that big of a difference. I think they maybe probably still one more game, but it's not much of a difference. It's because it's not a lot of offensive pieces behind them. In 2018, that's where the change starts to happen, as the Bears did sign Allen Robinson. They did trade in the 2nd round to get Anthony Miller. We still get Roquan Smith in the 1st round. The Bears still make the trade to acquire Khalil Mack before the season starts. The Bears hire Matt Nagy before the 2018 season, which gives him the similar type of offense that Kansas City now currently runs. So that still gives him basically the same type of system as Matt Nagy runs, a very similar system from the one that is ran at Kansas City right now. And we move on to the season. The Bears originally went 12-4 in 2018, but I think with Mahomes' play in that year, the 5,000 yards and the 50 touchdown season, with weapons like Robinson, weapons like Miller, we did add Gabriel. We also still have Jordan Howard, and we also have Tariq Cohen in the backfield along with Trey Burton at the tight end position. I think the Bears offense is performing a bit better because Mahomes has the arm strength and the talent to really make all of the throws. So with Mahomes being our quarterback in 2018, the Bears were originally 12-4. I still think we get a similar type of record. I think the Bears go 13-3. They probably get that extra game, probably the New York Giant game. I think the Bears really making a place to win that game. And we go 13-3 as Mahomes is named the NFL MVP. And then we get that second round bye instead of having to play the Eagles in the wild card round at home. So yes, in this history, the double doink is eliminated because the game was not in the wild card, and it doesn't come down to that. So in the history, the double doink is gone, and the Bears are playing in the divisional round, and we're going to play the Dallas Cowboys. As seeing much hasn't changed, the Bears are still going to play the Dallas Cowboys because that's who the Rams originally in the second slot played that year. And I think the Bears pull out that game against the Dallas Cowboys as the Bears defense outmatches the Cowboys offense, and the Cowboys defense does not have enough to slow down Mahomes and the Bears weapons. So we take the game at home in the divisional round, and we move on to face the New Orleans Saints in the NFC Championship game. Now this is an intriguing matchup when you think about having Drew Brees on the other side and Mahomes on the other. That is a very intriguing matchup. In that game, it's a toss-up game between these two teams. They are both very talented on both sides of the ball. I just think the Bears defense in that game made just one or two more plays than the Saints to really sneak that game out. Yes, it's in New Orleans, but I really think the Bears sneaked that one out and move on to the Super Bowl to face the New England Patriots. As we know, the New England Patriots in original history beat the Bears in 2018 38-31 in a very, very competitive game. I think with Mahomes making those adjustments, going up against one of the greatest organizations in history with the New England Patriots, I don't want to say this, but I really still think the Patriots get that small edge over the Chicago Bears in the 2018 Super Bowl, and the Patriots are still champions. But in 2019, the Bears make some changes. In this scenario, they do not trade Jordan Howard as they see the value of his power running game to pair with Patrick Mahomes. We do not draft David Montgomery. I think we draft more on the offensive line, but we do not draft David Montgomery. The Bears keep Howard in this scenario. We move on to the 2019 season. Now we're going to keep Mahomes' injuries the same in this scenario. Mahomes still gets hurt. The Bears still have Chase Daniel. I think the Bears are not going to go 13-3 in 2019 with Mahomes, but we do secure still a first round bye, even with Mahomes being out those two games, as the Bears finish 12-4 and they have the first round bye. Now Mahomes elevated his play in the playoffs that year, so the Bears with Khalil, Akeem, and guys like that on the defensive side of the ball, along with an offense that is absolutely putting up points that they need to put up. In the 2019 season, instead of the Kansas City Chiefs raising the Super Bowl trophy, it is the Chicago Bears raising the Super Bowl trophy with the talent that the Bears have, along with Matt Nagy, along with the defense and Chuck Pagano. The Bears are now the Super Bowl champions going into the 2020 season instead of the Kansas City Chiefs, with the Bears being loaded on all fronts, not having to really change too much from 2018. The Bears are now the Super Bowl champions with Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. How this can change going into 2020 is just a few different weapons here and there. They still get rid of Burt. They still get rid of Burton. And I think they don't spend as much on Jimmy Graham as saying the Bears need to pay Mahomes' contract. Instead, we get Eric Ebron in free agency to help Mahomes just still have that same success going forward into 2020. It is a different scenario. The Bears are still a very, very competitive team. It's just in 2019 we don't go 8-8 because of the injury to Trubisky in his left shoulder, and also Mahomes is more arm talent than Trubisky to really throw the ball down the field and be accurate within his throws. So that changes the history of the Chicago Bears, as we are now the 2019 Super Bowl champions. Just think, what if the Bears really did win that Super Bowl? Only in the fictional world. But that is all I've got for you guys today. Be sure to like the video, comment your thoughts down below of what you think would have happened if the Bears had originally drafted Patrick Mahomes instead of Mitchell Trubisky. Share the video and subscribe to the channel, as that helps the channel to grow. And you guys can keep up with me on Instagram and Twitter. Both handles are APW Sports, and both will be linked in the description below. So a bit of news with this channel: I will be live streaming the very first round of the NFL draft this year. It's going to be a strange draft, as it will be a virtual draft, but I will be live streaming so I can give you guys live reactions, my thoughts on each pick. And even though the Bears don't have a first round pick, I am still going to give you guys a really fair analysis of the very first round of the NFL draft. So make sure you guys tune in tonight for my live stream on the NFL draft. But that's all I've got for you guys. Make sure that you guys have a great and excellent day and stay safe out there. I cannot preach that enough. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.
I wanna say thank you to my mom and my daddy for making love the night that you had me. Wanna thank my friends, my sister, and my brother.